Hey guys, welcome back to another Uncle Ken's video. So last time we talked about the the Yamaha HPH-MT5s, and that was a part one video. I thought I wanted to do a two-part video, so this is part two of that video. If you want to have a quick understanding of what I thought about these pair of headphones, go check that video out. This is part two. Alright, so on the last video, what I didn't talk about was actually the last video. What I didn't talk about was the comfort of the ear pads. As you can see, they are pretty shallow. They're pretty shallow, and they're more of like an oval shape. Rather than a round or any odd shape rather. So they're more like an oval slash rectangular shape, and these are pretty good size. So they're going to be able to fit over your ears. I think most ears easily. However, comfortably is another question entirely. The the ear pads, they are pretty soft. They are a faux leather. They're pretty soft and they're very durable. I've had these for about 4 years, like I said, and they have stood up to the test of time very well. I did apply some oil to the joints of this pair of headphones, so I hope they have decreased the amount of squeaking by a significant amount, and that is definitely the case. So excuse me if there's some oil left on these areas, but the squirting oil into these joints really helped. So if you have a pair of these headphones and they're squeaky, some oil might just get the job done. So now I can listen to music without having to suffer the squeaks constantly. So before, even if I just look at it the wrong way, it's gonna squeak. But now at least it's a lot more comfortable in terms of the listening experience. The ear pads, they are not the most comfortable though. So when you first get these, when they're brand new, there is a lot of clamping force, and I had to put these on a box for the better part of 3 days, and that helped ease them up a little bit. If you have a big head like me, definitely you will need to loosen these up a little bit. When they come in new, they do have a lot of clamping force. So, with the clamping force combined with the shallow ear pads, that does not equate comfort. They will give you, very, very decent passive noise cancellation. So if you are in a more a noisier environment, then these might be the best bet for you, since they are closed back. These are leather ear pads. They're not fabric. They're not cloth or Alcantara or anything like that, where those might leak sound more. Leather is very good at, compared to other materials, very good at keeping ambient noise out. And so the ear pads are not the most comfortable. I have changed ear pads on these. I've changed them to the Shure, I think the Shure 1840 ear pads, or the 1540 SRH 1540 ear pads, and those were comfortable. However, they do change the sonic quality of this pair of headphones very, very much. I believe these ear pads were, obviously designed with these headphones in mind. So if you want the most accurate sound that these headphones can provide for you, then you'll need to keep the ear pads somewhat similar. Maybe you can get some softer or a little bit thicker ear pads, or maybe something with memory foam. I don't think these are memory foam. I believe they're just regular foam, and they do get sweaty if you're in a hot room. So these are not great for long listening sessions, or when they're brand new and they have a lot of clamping force. They sound great once you break them in and you pair them with a good amplifier and a DAC. However, the sonic quality does not outweigh the cons of having a uncomfortable, on your head experience. The headband, I have no complaints. The headband, it's soft, it's faux leather, it holds up well, it's comfortable, for my head at least. Even though it's really a circular shape, as you can see, there's not any sort of like a dip in the middle for a more ergonomic design. However, that's not the problem. The problem for me is really the ear pads. They just do not provide enough comfort for long listening sessions, or if you just want to sit back and relax. These are really just like the Audio-Technica M, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70X series. Those guys, they are, for audio work, for reference quality, for working in a studio. And I'm saying these have great sound quality for music as well. However, they just are not designed for you to sit back in a lazy boy chair and enjoy all your audio gear and your high quality audio music files. These are more, for hard work, for actually paying attention to the music. Not saying you can't pay attention in a lazy boy, but these are for working in an office almost. Since they're closed back, they're in your face. They have a flatter response. Their ear pads are not meant for ultra comfort where you can just wear them for hours and hours on end. But of course, everybody's different. Your head is going to be different than mine. Maybe for you, these are the ultimate comfort in terms of headphones. However, I doubt that's going to be true for most people, since the ear pads are not deep. The size is good, I think most ears will fit in here, but it's very possible, especially with the clamping force, that your ears will touch the foam inside. And it's not really a foam. It's like a piece of fabric, and then therein lies the drivers. So it's not going to be extremely comfortable. It's not going to be like, the outer portion of your ears are touching like a soft piece of foam, where that really won't matter in terms of comfort because you'll feel great. But this is actually a hard surface. So this is like a thin veil of fabric, and underneath that is a hard surface. So your ears will be compressed, especially with if you bought them brand new, and the clamping force is great. Okay. All right. So in terms of ear pad comfort, that's about it. I think that's about. Oh yeah. Because last time my phone was overheating, so I didn't talk about the sound quality so much. So after listening to these for a while, I mentioned how I used to listen to these with the AudioQuest Dragonfly Blacks, and those were great. They're fine. But after putting them onto a dedicated DAC and amplifier, well, not dedicated DAC, this is still a DAC amp, but I'm using only the DAC portion and feeding that into the dedicated amplifier. It is really quite amazing how these respond to, better audio sources. They're almost like just two completely different headphones. I wouldn't say that you are going to love these on a portable DAC amp solution, because they're just going to be mediocre, especially when they're brand new. They're not broken in. They sound a little different, but once they open up after some time, and then you move on to better gear, and of course audio sources, music files, these really are two different pairs of headphones. They look the same. Obviously they are the same pair, but they sound like two different pairs of headphones. So these respond very well. When I was using the AudioQuest, they were very engaging, but they were in your face, and the bass extension wasn't that great. The detail retrieval was good. I wouldn't say extremely great, because, there's only so much that a portable solution can do. And these headphones really showed that. They showed the limitations of your DAC and your amplifier. Very honest headphones. And maybe that's why you want to get these, because they're very honest. If your gear is not satisfying this pair of headphones, they will let you know. And I just love that about it, because on the contrary, on the other hand, that means if you have amazing gear, these will let you know. These will tell you and reward you with the amount of time and effort and, of course, money that you have invested into your audio sources. I do not know the upper limit of these pair of headphones because I sadly do not have top end gear, and I do not plan on purchasing top end gear anytime in the near future. What you see here, this is the best I have right now. Some cheap desktop speakers. The most expensive part of my audio equipment is probably my Fostex HPA-4 DAC amp, and I've said I would do a review on that. I think 5 years ago, and I never did. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will get to you, Fostex. I remember you. I love you, and I remember you. All right, so back to the Yamaha MT5s. After moving up from the Audio Quest to my Fostex and Oak Audio amplifier combo, these are just so much better. The soundstage opened up, the dynamics became much wider, the detail retrieval, thanks to the Fostex, I'm sure, became so much better. I could hear things that I could not hear at all in my Audio Quest. And oh man, I don't know if this is the amp or the DAC, but the bass extension became much better. Maybe it is the amp because there's just so much more power that's being provided to these headphones. These are not, hard to drive headphones. These are very, actually very easy to drive. I can power these with my cell phone, and it's not an audiophile cell phone or anything, but it's just a cell phone with a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, and these will sound good, sound decent, but remember when I said on the last video I was looking in the Audio Technica M40Xs, I was looking for the great bass extension, and these gave me them. These gave me the bass extension I was looking for with the proper setup, and I couldn't get that in the Audio Quest at all. I was listening to the Nightingale, the song called "The Nightingale" from the Witcher 3 video computer game series, and that song, and the first 2 seconds you could hear the boom boom bass coming in, and I couldn't hear that in the when I was using the Audio Quest or my phone. But with a proper setup like this, I don't even have to turn the volume dial up that much, and it just slams. Not overwhelming, but I could finally hear the bass I was looking for, and this is all thanks to, I'm sure, the different amplifier or DAC. So if I really wanted to be scientific, I would isolate and make sure that my variables only change one at a time, right, and keep everything else constant. But I'm too lazy to do that. Otherwise, I would take the Audio Quest and connect it to my Oak Audio headphone amp, and then I will be able to really tell if it's the amp or the DAC that's making the difference. But all in all, I have to say I'm really happy with this pair of headphones, and I have a limited number of headphones right now. I want to review them all, and I want to talk about the Fostex as well. But yeah, that's about it. That's about all I want to say about the Yamaha MT5s. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in anything else or you have questions about this pair of headphones. I didn't see many reviews about this, that's why I wanted to make a video. But since I still do own these headphones, while many reviewers do not, I would like to offer my services if you would just have any questions or you want to ask me about what is it like to live with these. I do use these almost every day. I have many other pairs of headphones, but I do use these almost every day because they just sound that good. Honest headphones. HHH. Okay. Have a good day, guys. See you guys later. Bye-bye.